Hi, I'm Kurt from Sunnyside, and in this video we're going to show you how to use a knife or a scorer or a cutting tool to cut various types of acrylic or polycarbonate roofing. We've got another video which shows you how to use different tools to cut the different types of roofing, so this video is just specifically focused on using a knife and snapping the roofing. We'll be showing you how to cut our standard profiled polycarbonate roofing, thick clear acrylic roofing, our custom glaze, which is our 2mm thick profiled roofing, and twinwall roofing. I'll be using a standard box cutter, as that's what most people have lying around. So firstly, I'll be cutting our 0.8mm thick profiled polycarbonate roofing. This can come in a few different profiles. The one I've got here is Greca, but it can also come in corrugate or 5-rib. Now, firstly, you can't actually cut across the sheet. Even if you could score a line across the profile, you won't actually be able to snap it because it won't bend that way. So you can only cut down the sheet or straight along. So this is helpful if you're trying to trim it to width. Now you can use a straight edge, either a metal ruler or a spirit level or something like that. I'm not going to be using one on this, but you can do that if you want. So firstly, I'm going to score a line. It's not too deep, but just enough to cut it slightly, and then you can snap it. And that's left quite a nice straight edge on there. If you push hard enough, you can actually cut through the sheet completely. So that's pretty much gone through it all. There's hardly any snapping required. So secondly, I'm going to be cutting through thick acrylic. Now you can cut up to about 6mm or even 8mm using this method. You can use a knife. It's actually better to use a dedicated scorer, and this actually cuts a slightly wider pre-cut first, so it's easier to snap it. So in this, I'm going to be using a straight edge to score the line first, and you want to make a few cuts in it. The deeper you can go, the easier it's going to be to snap it. So in terms of snapping it, you can actually clamp it to the edge of a bench or something like that with a straight edge on top and then snap it down. For this small piece, I'm just going to snap it on the side here. So it leaves an edge like that. You can actually sand that as well, just to take off any rough bits. Now I'm going to cut our custom glaze, which is our 2mm thick polycarbonate. And you can see it's actually got a long flat bit just with ridges on the end. So you can cut it both ways. You can cut it crossways or down the sheet. It's easier down the sheet as there's no ridges there, so you can cut all the way down and snap it. If you do want to cut it crossways, obviously you're not going to be able to snap the ridges, but what you can do is use just a standard timber handsaw and cut through the ridge first, and then you can score a line down to where you've cut through the other ridge and then snap it that way. So that's what I'm going to do here. So you want to use a straight edge on there, and just starting from where you've cut through with the handsaw, and then again you can just snap it on the edge of something. Lastly, I'm going to cut through our Twinwall, which is a multi-walled or double-walled polycarbonate roofing. This is probably the easiest to cut. So you can either cut across the flutes or in line with the flutes. couple of passes and you're straight through it. Across the flutes is a little bit harder. So that's how you can cut the various types of roofing using a knife. If you're unsure that you can do it, test it on an offcut first. Scoring it with a knife and snapping it can be an easy way to cut it, but there are also other ways that may be safer and easier for you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out our other videos on how to use and install clear roofing and shade products from Sunnyside. Thank you.